and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing. In today's video, we are here today with, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 2022 Hot Wheels Mainline. Yes, the 2022 Hot Wheels Mainline Art Cars series. I love the Art Cars series because they're always like some super creative and fun paint schemes for the cars. You can always get some really fun looking stuff in the Art Cars series. But I think what makes it the most interesting is that for those of you who don't know, all of the Art Cars in the Art Cars series feature a letter on the roof of the car. And if you followed the Art Cars series in the past, there are 10 total cars in the Art Cars collection. And once you get all 10 of them and compile them together, the letters then line up to form a phrase. What that phrase is, you kind of have to figure out on your own, or you can cheat and look at the Hot Wheels wiki. For today, I have not cheated and looked at the wiki yet. I like to leave this one up to ambiguation because it's kind of like Scrabble. You got your 10 letters and you got to figure out how they come together to form a phrase, and that's what we're going to do today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the review. Now, before we start here, I do want to say that this series is 10 cars, one of which is a treasure hunt. I don't have the treasure hunt carded here. I actually have it loose. So I did confirm that that is the treasure hunt because, I'm not even kidding, in 2024, the Celebration Racers treasure hunt looks almost identical to this one. They almost look like the same vehicle. It's kind of nuts. So here we go. Let's get into it with the first car of the video. Let's start zoomed out here, which is the Bully Goat, represented with a graffiti paint scheme. And that's where we're going to start things off. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's half of the cars in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 of the cars in here are fantasy cars. The other 4 are actual real life vehicles. So we're going to start off with the Bully Goat right here. I'm actually really excited to cover this set today because, like I said, the Art Cars is a series that I really enjoy. Just because I love all the different fun designs, but not only that, I love always looking at what the phrase is that you get when you put them all together. So here we go. This is the Bully Goat starting things out here. We have got a Spectra Flame or Metal Flake dark purple body, a green chassis, gray tires with light blue chrome rims, a yellow window insert. On the side panel, it says Bully Goat in yellow graffiti lettering. Got a green Hot Wheels logo there as well. You can also see some green splatter paint going on the side here, which is pretty fun. I do like that as well. On the front, you got the headlights and everything. On the hood, you've got the air intakes up here with some green splatter and the N. So the letter for this one is letter N. And then you got some green splatter, some blue splatter as well. And that just covers the entirety of that car. So yeah, basically they all have a different art form represented within the car. And then of course they got that letter up there. And at the end of the video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all 10 of the cars and we're gonna put them back here. And we're going to attempt to figure out what the phrase is. I'm gonna get a stand or something to make it easier. But yeah, we're gonna attempt to figure out what the phrase is at the end of the video without cheating. I don't know. Last time I did Art Cars, I don't think I was able to figure it out without cheating. I think I gave up because I couldn't get the phrase figured out. But anyways, here's the next one here, which is the 1968 Dodge Dart. And the art style on this one is comic book, which I gotta say, this actually looks really cool. I like the car here, and the paint scheme actually really works for this one, I feel like. They always do the comic book design on older muscle cars, it seems like. Well, one time they did it on Mad Manga, which looked really good and makes sense. Actually, no, that wasn't even a comic book car. You'll see why. We have a car in here that also has that paint scheme. So yeah, this is the comic book car here, the 68 Dodge Dart. We got a white body with a chrome chassis, blue tires with white rims in the back, and red tires with white rims in the front with a blue windshield. We got a Hot Wheels logo back here, the word Dodge down the side here. You got all those Biff Bam Pow graphics here on the side with the comic book stippling and stuff in the back. And then Dart written on this side. That's cool. It's got a split paint scheme. I love that. That's awesome. Dart on this side with the stippling and the explosion effects. On the roof, it says Dodge with some more stippling, some explosions, and some striping. And the letter for this one is U. So we got U and N. So something, I would assume. And then we got some stippling, some stripes and stuff. I like this one. This is probably my favorite that we've looked at so far. I think that one's probably my favorite car we've looked at so far. That one's really good. Really, really good one there. That's cool. Okay. Next up, number 3 of 10 is a very famous casting. These cars always sell like hotcakes because everybody loves this casting. Number 3 of 10 is the Ryujin Express. Also, Ryu rides. 2022, they had the Ryu Ride series because Ryu Asada passed away. Rest in peace to him, absolute legend. And yeah, so all of his cars, all of the cars that came out in 2022 marked with this symbol were cars that he designed. So the Raijin Express was one that Ryu Asada designed. So that's a fun little fun fact for you. However, let's get into this one here. This car is cool. What I always love about the Raijin Express, I always pronounce it wrong too, or I pronounce it differently every time anyways. What I always love about this one is that aside from the 2024 treasure hunt one, or the 2023 treasure hunt one, they're usually all chrome. Every single release has been chrome minus the red one that came out in 2023. And that's something that I absolutely have come to love about this casting, is how they're always chrome. That's so cool. So we have a chrome body, a metal base, which is cool to see that. A metal base, black tires with chrome rims, and a purple-ish opaque window insert. On the side panel, we have a beautiful Chinese mythology dragon with a symbol on the side here. I have no clue what that stands for. Is this Raijin? Or Raijin, the lightning god in Chinese mythology? I know it's Raijin and Raiju are twin dragon brothers that are lightning gods. I'm pretty sure that's the lore, if I'm not mistaken. Got the Hot Wheels logo there, and then on this side you've got the same dragon, which looks good. That looks so awesome. I love that. This is probably up there as one of my favorite Hot Wheels castings, just because this is one of the very few Hot Wheels cars that every single release has been good. Like, I really do think that. I don't think they've released a bad Raijin Express yet. Got the diamond plating on the back, and then as you can see on the roof here, our letter for this one is I. So Uni. Okay, we kind of got a word going here. Ryu written there as well. I like that it's got his little name on it. That's awesome. So there you go. That's the Raijin Express. That one probably, I won't be honest, that beats the Dodge Dart. That one's really clean. That's nice. I like that a lot. Okay, next up is our next one. And the art style on that one was just Chinese mythology, like Chinese mythology mural, I think was the art style on that one. Okay, so next up is number 4 of 10. It is the 1969 Chevy pickup. Nice. The art style on this one is Cubism, which is patchworking made of different sizes of shapes and squares and stuff. It's always cool to me that one of the consistent things that Hot Wheels has been able to do is that usually every time they do an art cars collection, it has a car like this, and it's usually red and then the recolor is blue. That is something that they consistently do almost every single year. I think the only year so far that they haven't done that, if I'm not mistaken, was 2025, because it was, or no, they did do it in 2025. Never mind then. Okay, here we go. I could be wrong. I think there was a year where they didn't do it. Here is the little tiny pickup truck here. We got a red body, a chrome chassis, black tires with yellow rims in the back, and black tires with white rims in the front. And then for the, we got like a baby blue window insert as well. On the side panel, you can see all the different colors of cubes and shapes on the side here, which looks really cool. We've got a Hot Wheels logo in white there. And then on this side, it is the same thing, but mirrored. Yep, same thing, but mirrored. Nothing changes. On the hood, you got more cubes. And then as you can see, the letter for this one is T. So T is the letter on this one. So U-N-I-T, unit. We're actually forming a word here already, which is kind of crazy. Normally with the last one, it usually took me a while to figure out what it was because the letters were scrambled out. But so far, I think I can confidently say that I'm actually piecing this together already. I got unit, or it's toonie or something. I don't know. All right, next up. Car number 5 for the video is the 1971 Dodge Charger, and the art style on this one I think is what they call postmodernistic advertising. I think is what the style of art is on this one, because it's meant to look like a billboard kind of thing. I don't know, maybe there's a different word for it, but I remember reading somewhere that that's the art style that they went for on this one. I don't know, I think it looks neat, don't get me wrong. I actually do think this is a pretty fun little paint scheme they got on this one. Like I said, it gives off an old-timey, like, I imagine a what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of like a roadside diner. I look at this and I think roadside diner. Not like, you know, old like milkshake root beer float diner, like the 50s. I'm thinking older, like 60s, 70s era diner is what I'm thinking here, which looks cool. I like that vibe. I really, really do. So we've got a metal flake gray body, a black chassis, black tires with white rims in the back, and black tires with orange chrome rims in the front with an orange window insert. On the side panel, we got 1971 Dodge Charger with a Hot Wheels logo. On the side, we got the same thing. You can also see a little bit of pinstriping going on here as well, which is pretty cool. And then on the hood, you got Art Cars Dodge with some pinstriping, which looks super cool. Flame pinstriping nonetheless. And then Hot Wheels with the letter Y. So we got Y here. Unity. Okay, we've actually got a word going here. Unity. Okay. So there you go. There's that one. This is nice. That is definitely up there as one of my favorites of the set right there. I don't think it's going to beat the Radiant Express, and I really don't think it'll beat the Dart, but that is really nice. But yeah, we got a word, Unity, guys. Unity. We're talking about assets over here. Unity assets. All right. Here we go. We are now halfway through the video. Let's take a look at the next 5 cars, the final 5 of the set. Number 6 of 10 is the MST Suzuka, which is manga style here. We had so this is actually really cool that they did both of these together. You have comic book and you have manga, which are basically the same thing, except this is American, this is Japanese. So that's really cool that they put both of these together in the same set so you can see the difference there. That's really cool. And there we go, there's that car. Obviously picking a traditionally Japanese car as well for this, which I think is pretty cool. Here we go, the MST Suzuka. We got a yellow body, a purple chassis, green tires with white rims, and a green window insert. On the side panel, we've got this really awesome mech. I know that Japan really has a tendency for mechs and stuff. I know that that's very common. Things like Voltron and things like that. Got some really neat tiger striping effect on the side here. And then this, I actually had to have my friend help me out with this because he reads a lot of mangas. So I asked him to help me out with this, and he said that this is basically a sound effect. Like kind of like a laugh, like laughing or shunting, kind of. It's a sound effect is what this is, I guess. I can't confirm that though. I don't know that for a fact. And then on this side, holy crap, look at that. On this side, we got the same mech, but he has a gun or something like a chainsaw, which looks really cool. And then some splatter in black. It's got something written behind it as well, which I think is just MST and then Suzuka maybe. I have no clue. And then on the roof, we have the mech's face with some writing. I don't know what that says. Maybe Art Cars. Maybe that's what that translates to. I have no clue. And then the letter I on this one. So Unity I. Unity I. I think I'm not going to try and stress my brain too much on that one. But yeah, that's a really cool one right there. That's awesome. I like what they did with this one. I like how it encapsulates the Japanese art style as compared to the American comic book art style. I think that's really cool. So yeah, there's the MST Suzuka. Moving on, car number 7. Number 7 of 10 is Head Gasket with a splatter paint art style on this one. Very interesting choice. Head Gasket is I'm going to be honest, Head Gasket is an interesting choice for the Art Cars series. Not going to hate on it just yet because I think it actually kind of looks interesting, but yeah, here we go. Here's Head Gasket. So we got a gray body, a black chassis, yellow tires with black rims in the back, and pomegranate colored tires with black rims up front. No window insert. On the side panel, you got that splatter paint going up the side with a white Hot Wheels logo. Same deal on this side, presumably. It is a bit different. Actually, no, that does look insanely similar. And then the main detail on this one is on the roof. You can see that splatter going up with the letter N. So we got another N. So Unity In. Unity In. That is if the word that we're starting with here is Unity. I have no clue. So Unity In is what we're working with. So there's Head Gasket. Not really much to show on that one. And next up is our treasure hunt. But before we do that, I need to take a break and go grab something. Alrighty, let's get into the treasure hunt for the set, which is the 1958 Impala. So yeah, this is your treasure hunt. And as you can see, the art style on this one is Dia de los Muertos, black and white, Day of the Dead, I guess. I don't really know what to tell you outside of that. But yeah, so here is your treasure hunt car. This is a rare car right here. Like I said, I just had it open already, so that yeah, I basically I had it open already. I don't know why I I'm losing my train of thought here. Anyways, Hot Wheels treasure hunt symbol right there, by the way. We got a black body, chrome chassis, white tires with black skull rims. I like that they still use these, honestly, for like the Day of the Dead cars and the Halloween cars. I like that they don't use these too often, but use them in places that are very fitting. That is something I do appreciate. And a clear window insert. On the side panel, you got the Hot Wheels logo with some really nice floral pinstriping, some skulls, some flowers. I think they are marigolds, I think are the Day of the Dead flower that they use to make a path for the dead to come back and visit their families. I do believe that they're either marigolds or carnations. They're orange, whatever they are typically. But I actually have no clue. You want to know something really interesting, guys, is that usually the Day of the Dead car every year for Hot Wheels is black and white, like what you are seeing right now. This year in 2025, however, they're actually doing a colored Day of the Dead car, and it looks really, really good. Like, I'm super duper excited to get that one. It looks great. But yeah, on the hood, you can see more skulls, sugar skulls, and stuff like that, floral. And then the letter for this one is A, which would give us Unity in A. Okay, that leaves room for two more, unless if these have three on them. I don't know. That's funny. That's gonna make things interesting. But anyway, there is the treasure hunt for the set, the 58 Impala. Really cool looking treasure hunt, I might say. Like, that is a really nice looking car. Unity in A. That is gonna make this very fascinating. Okay. Number 9 of 10, this car also has a special feature, which is pretty cool, is the Electro Silhouette, which is Blueprint is the art style on this one. This is another thing I got to give a shout out to Hot Wheels for. I freaking love the Blueprint cars. They all look so cool. They're always such fun cars to collect. This is one, like I said, the art cars I really like because a lot of the cars I look forward to every year are in this series. Like the Day of the Dead car, the Blueprint car, always come out in this series every year. So it's always fun to see what they come up with. And like I said, I always love how these ones turn out, the Blueprint cars. They always look so cool. So we got a dark blue body, dark gray chassis, white tires with blue chrome rims, no window insert. On the side panel, we've got the casting code right there, FYB 52. Which if you look, that is the casting code. So if you type in FYB 52 or Hot Wheels FYB 52, it will pull up Electro Silhouette. So you can see the name there as well. You got some bullseyes and stuff, some arrows with that grid working, and then you got all like the engines and stuff. What's really cool about this is that if you look on most of the Blueprint cars, it kind of just has an outline of what the car looks like on the side. This one appears to actually have a cross section of what's underneath the car, like what the inside of the car looks like. And that's really cool. Actually, might be the seat. No, that doesn't look right. Yeah, it's neat. I really do like the Blueprint cars because of what they do with them. On the front there, I got Hot Wheels logo. HCW43. What's HCW43? That's not the code that's on the side. Oh, what does that say? Hot Wheels Art Cars 2022. HCW43. What is HCW43? What is that? Is that a code that I should know? Oh, HCW43. That's the case code. That's the case code for the car. Okay, I see it now. All right. That took me a second to figure out. And the letter R for this one. So Unity in R. Oh, okay. So if the last car has a T on it, I think I know what the phrase is. I think that solves it. You got a side drawing of the side of the car, and then over here, I have some. I have no clue what that is on the side over here. I actually have no clue what that is on that side. That's interesting. Is it a top-down view? Oh, it's a top-down view. Okay, I see it now. It's a top-down view of the car facing the other direction. So that right there, that little fin right there is this fin right here. That little U shape right there is the headrest. Okay, I see it now. All right, and then this one does have a working feature. The spoiler on the front does move up and down. So yeah, that one's really, really cool. Good job on that one, Hot Wheels. That's a really neat car. A lot of Easter eggs hidden in there as well. That's fun. Okay, I haven't looked at it yet. But like I said, if the letter on this one is T, then I think I can confidently say I know what the phrase is for this set. Number 10 of 10 is the Velocita. The Velocita. Velocita is the name of the car, I do believe. And as you can see, the art style on this one is pencil or graphite. Graphite's the technical word. As you guys can tell, I haven't taken an art class in a very long time. I'm forgetting all the terminology. I was actually going to go to school for graphic design. Well, I mean, I kind of am going to school for graphic design. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm an artist in a typical sense. Let's put it that way. Okay, so here we go. We got a white body, a graphite colored chassis, graphite colored tires with black rims, and a black window insert. On the side panel, we have a Piranha. Now, if you may remember the last set of art cars we looked at, I'm pretty sure it was a Ford Transit Connect van that was in this style, and it had a tiger down the side of it. So that's pretty cool that they change up the animal every year. And as you can see, we got some water going up the sides. You got the Piranha on this side as well. That is a really neat looking Piranha. I like that. And then on the top, on the top, we got some water splatter and a what looks like the Teen Titans HQ letter T up here. So there you go, everybody. I think that confirms exactly what we all were thinking. What I was thinking anyways. I don't know if you were thinking it. Stop trying to take credit for my work here. This is ridiculous. I'm not inviting you guys over to my house anymore to play Hot Wheels with me if you're just going to take credit for my work. This is stupid. All right. So bringing all the cars back on screen here. If I can fit them all on screen, that would be a good point. I've gotten really bad at being able to do these end displays. I don't know why, like, I suck so bad at them anymore. Okay, there you go. That's the full set right there of cars. Now, as I said before, what we're going to do is we're going to stack them up against the wall and we'll be able to see them. So let's stack them up how I solved them earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this piece of cardboard out on the bottom of my studio here, and it's going to allow me to not do what I was trying to do here. Okay. Here's the N, U, I, T, there's a lip in the studio, Y, I, why I oughta, Dad's upset. Okay, here we go. N, crap. It's been so long since I've done an art cars video, I genuinely don't remember how I did this last time to get them all to stand up at the end. If I even did this in the first place, I might not have. My memory might just be failing me. Hope you all are entertained by this. Okay, there we go. So there you go. That is all the letters now stood up. Now, as I suspected, I'm pretty sure if we do this correctly and just swap the U and the N up here, it gives us our final phrase, which is unity in art. I do believe that is what the phrase is. I should probably Google it real quick and see if that's the case. It is. I am correct. The phrase is unity in art. That is awesome. So Hot Wheels kind of made it a bit obvious because all they did was just swap the U and the N. But yeah, unity in art, that is the phrase right there. And you can see it all laid out now with the different cars, which that looks super cool having them all together like that. It probably looks a lot better if you actually get all the cars on the same level with one another. I don't know if you all are going to be able to see this as I do this, but if you get all the cars probably lined up so that way the letters are actually in line, it probably looks a lot cooler. Oops. Unity in art. Yeah, that looks way cooler. Look at that. Unity in art. You can actually read it now. That's awesome. Okay, so there we go, everybody. That is the full art cars collection. And that is it for today's video. I'm going to end this thing off before I lose my mind a little bit from the studio slowly falling apart here. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.